Welcome. I am the Options Overlord, and this is the complete repair kit for rolling covered calls. Your call is threatened. The stock has run past your strike, and you have real choices: hold, close, release, or roll. Most traders panic and roll on reflex. We are going to decide by the numbers instead. Educate, discipline, execute. Let us get to work. First, the ground rules. Everything here is general education, not personalized financial advice. Options carry real risk, and you can lose money. The numbers in my examples are illustrative, chosen to teach the mechanics, not forecasts. Do your own research, speak to a licensed advisor, and own your decisions. Good. Now let us open the kit. Start with what you already own, a covered call. You hold 100 shares and you have sold one call against them for premium. Now, what is a roll? It is two linked trades. You buy to close the call you already sold, and you sell to open a replacement at a new strike, a new expiry, or both. Here is the part beginners miss. The moment you buy back that old call, it books its own result, a gain or a loss right there. And the replacement is a brand new covered call that has to earn its place on its own merits. 3 ideas carry the whole video. A roll is 2 trades, not 1. A roll credit is cash from the order, not profit you have earned. And you keep 3 ledgers honest: the stock, the closed options, and the open obligation. Here is the kit. 4 steps. Step 1. Arm the exits at entry. The day you sell the call, you place your buyback order in advance. For monthly calls, a good till cancelled buy to close limit at 20% of the original premium for the first half of the cycle. Change to 10% at mid-contract, which on a monthly is roughly the final 2 weeks. This is the position management guideline of Alan Ellman, the blue-collar investor, and I credit it to him. Step 2. Read the warning lights. Delta above 0.80, a strike gone in the money, or the final week arriving. Warnings prompt a decision. They are never an order to act. Step 3. Choose from 5 actions: hold, close the call, accept assignment, roll, or close the whole position. Rolling is one tool in the kit, never the default. Step 4. Reconcile the ledgers. Book the old call's result, log the new obligation, and confirm the effective sale price is one you actually accept. Let us walk the 5 actions slowly, because this is the heart of it. Release. Accept assignment. The strike was a genuine sale target. Now, one crucial point: you cannot request assignment. The holder decides. A call finishing 0.01 cent or more in the money at the regular session close is generally exercised by exception, and American-style calls can be assigned any time while they are open. In our example, assigned at $52.50 with the $1.25 premium banked, that is an effective sale of $53.75 against a $48 entry. $5.75 a share before fees, taxes, and dividends, and the most the original covered call ever offered if held to assignment. Second action, hold. The thesis holds, an assignment is acceptable. Out of the money at expiry, the call normally expires unexercised, premium banked shares free. Normally, never guaranteed because late price moves and exercise instructions keep assignment possible right into the close. Third, roll, but only if the house timing is met. The stock still qualifies and the replacement passes the roll order. Fourth, close the call only when ownership beats income today. And fifth, close the whole position when the thesis is broken or your capital has a better home. Never use an option adjustment to dodge a stock decision. Before any roll, run the roll order. 9 disciplines around every roll. You decide before entry. You record after the fill. And if one discipline fails, the roll waits. The first 4 are objective. Why was this call written? Income, exit, or cost recovery? O, outlook. Would you own these shares and sell this call today? L, liquidity, executable spreads and real size on both legs. Open interest is a secondary check, not proof. L, ledger, pre-price the old call's result, the net cash flow, and the effective sale before you enter. Then book the actuals the moment the order fills. The next 3. O for obligation is the new effective sale price, one you accept. R, risk calendar, earnings, ex-dividend and events all cleared. D, debit or credit are the days sold and the strike change priced fairly. And the close, E, exit trigger set before you enter. R, record the actual fill, the rationale and the review date immediately after execution. 9 disciplines. Miss one and you wait. So when does a roll actually pass? 6 conditions. The stock still qualifies fundamentally and technically today. You would open that replacement call from scratch on its own merits. The house timing is met, reviewed in the final week, especially when it is in the money, unless dividend or thesis risk forces an earlier look. The new expiry closes before the next scheduled earnings, and you recheck that date at order time because earning dates move. Any ex-dividend inside the window is priced and accepted deliberately. The effective sale price at the new strike is one you would accept, and the economics work in today's implied volatility. A credit or a debit the strike improvement justifies. Tick all 6 and only then do you place it. Let us make it concrete. You bought XYZ at $48 and you sold one $52.50 call for $1.25. The stock has run to $54.60 and there are 7 days to expiry. That old call now costs $2.45 to buy back. $2.10 of that is intrinsic value. 35 cents is time value. You have 2 candidates in front of you. Candidate A, the 35-day $55 call, bid $2.65. Candidate B, the 35-day $57.50 call, bid of $1.60. And you have your paths priced. Release, allow likely assignment, an effective sale of $53.75. Roll to $55 for a 20-cent credit. Effective sale $56.45. Or roll to $57.50 for an 85-cent debit. effective sale $57.90. Either roll adds 28 days of stock and event risk. Hold, close, release, or roll. Let us price it properly on the next two slides. Here are the capped paths side by side. Effective sale price if assigned, all against your $48 entry. Release $53.75, $5.75 over entry. Not a failure, the plan completing. Roll for credit to $55. The ticket shows a 20-cent credit. And here is the discipline. That credit is cash from the order, not profit. The old call still closed at a $1.20 loss. The ledger keeps you honest. Pay for room. The debit roll to $57.50. That 85-cent debit buys a $5 higher strike, a $4.15 higher effective sale if you are assigned, and 28 more days of risk. It is a higher cap, not a guaranteed result. The stock still has to get there. A debit roll can be perfectly rational. The mathematics decide, not the feeling. And notice what closing the call alone does instead. It keeps your shares uncapped, a different tool for a different goal. Let us name all 5 ways to roll, so the vocabulary is yours. 3 single moves. Roll up, higher strike, same expiry. Roll down, lower strike, same expiry. Roll out, same strike, later expiry. 2 combinations. Roll up and out, higher strike and later expiry. Roll down and out, lower strike and later expiry. And the rule that governs all 5. Every variant is a new covered call. It must pass the roll, order, and price an effective sale you accept. Here are our 2 rolls reconciled. The credit roll. Close the $52.50 at $2.45. Sell the 35-day $55 at $2.65. Cash flow plus 20 cents. Cumulative $1.45. If assigned, $56.45. The debit roll. Sell the $57.50 at $1.60 instead. Cash flow minus 85 cents. Cumulative plus 40 cents. If assigned, $57.90. Both at 28 days. 2 ways a roll flatters to deceive you. Trap 1, the credit illusion. The roll ticket shows a 20-cent credit and your brain says profit, but the old call closed at a $1.20 loss. The credit is cash from the order, not profit. Reconcile all 3 ledgers first, then judge the new position on its own merits. Trap 2, the roll down trap. You own at $50. You sold the $55 call for $1.20. The stock drops to $46. You close that call for 5 cents and you sell a 35-day $48 call for 80 cents. Your effective exit, if assigned, is now $49.95, below your $50 cost. That roll passes only if $49.95 is genuinely a target you want. Otherwise, you have just locked a small loss and called it management. Now the power tools. Management that can generate income, not just defense. And the framework is credited below. Hitting a double. After a 2010 buyback, you resell the call, but only if the rebound requalifies it as a trade you would open fresh. Worked case: you sold at $3.30, closed at 45 cents, and resold at $1.40. Your cumulative option cash flow is now $4.25, which is 95 cents a share, $95 a contract over the original credit. And here the discipline: that is not final profit while the new call is still open. If it gets bought back later, subtract that debit. And if you are assigned, the premium does not vanish. It simply joins your sale proceeds. The mid-contract unwind: deep in the money mid-cycle with extrinsic value near zero. Closing the whole position, selling the shares and buying back the call, versus simply waiting for assignment, costs you roughly that remaining extrinsic value. In our trapped call, that is the 35 cents of time value. Unwind at $52.15 a share against $52.50 if assigned. Redeploy only if the freed cash can out-earn it. Convert dead money. A true breakdown on bad news is not a rolling situation. Close everything, realize the result, and put the cash to work in a fresh position. And credit where it is due. These exit strategies come from Alan Allman, the blue-collar investor. The wording and numbers here are mine. One more note for the United States: a buyback generally books a short-term option result, and if you are assigned, the premium adjusts your stock sale proceeds. Holding period rules can also apply, so see IRS Publication 550 and a tax professional. Let us settle the timing, because this is where discipline lives. These are our timing rules, our house process, not market law. Buybacks are automated by rule, monitored 2010, good till cancelled limits, trigger in market hours, broker permitting. So automation does the work, not emotion. Rolls, as a house rule, live in the final week. Reviewed then, especially when the call is in the money, though dividends, thin time value, or a changed thesis can justify an earlier look. Delta above 0.80 is a warning light, not a trigger. Deep in the money, you compare 3 exits: unwind, hold for assignment, or roll. Our house rule: never roll through earnings. If the replacement expiry crosses the report, allow assignment or close instead. And on mixed signals, stock first. Reassess ownership before you touch strike or time. If the shares no longer qualify, no roll fixes that. 6 mistakes to avoid. Reading a credit as profit. The roll credit is cash from the order. The old call books its own result, always. Rolling to avoid the result. If you would not open that replacement from scratch, you are hiding, not managing. Rolling into earnings. Extending time sells exposure to every event inside the new window, so check first. Rolling down too far. Test the new strike plus your cumulative cash flow against your entry, never the strike alone. A strike below entry is not automatically a loss, but an effective sale below entry locks one in if you are assigned. Legging in with market orders. Use one multi-leg net limit order, both legs together, because legging can leave you uncapped or overwritten, meaning more calls sold than shares cover. And no exit plan on the new call. Price delta, days, and calendar triggers all set before the replacement is sold. A quick glossary so the mechanics are second nature. The rolling set first. Roll, close the current call, open a replacement, usually as a one multi-leg order. Buy to close, the order that ends your short call above your sale price. It books a loss. Sell to open, the order that creates the replacement obligation. Premium, the option price paid by the buyer, received by the seller. Realized option profit and loss, your original credit minus the buyback debit less fees, booked when you close. And note that tax reporting can differ if you are assigned. Cumulative cash flow, all credits minus all buybacks and fees on the same lot. And remember that is not profit while a call is still open. And effective sale if assigned, the current strike plus your cumulative cash flow per share, the exit you are truly agreeing to. And the options basics, so no term trips you up. In the money, a call whose strike is below the stock price. It carries intrinsic value. Out of the money, a strike above the stock price, no intrinsic value. All of the premium is extrinsic. Days to expiration, calendar days left, and all else equal. Decay generally speeds up as expiry approaches. Fastest for options near the money. Delta, the options price moved per $1 of stock, and roughly the probability of expiring in the money, not a guaranteed forecast. Good till cancelled, an order that stays live across sessions until it fills or you cancel it. Intrinsic value, stock price minus strike, the part that does not decay. And extrinsic value, premium above intrinsic. Into an ex-dividend date and in the money call with little extrinsic left carries elevated early assignment risk. So, master the repair kit. Arm the exits at entry. Your monitored 2010 buyback limits set from day one. Under pressure, choose from 5 actions, using the roll order and the 3 ledgers to decide, and carry this above everything. A roll is not a rescue. The replacement is a brand new covered call, and it must earn approval on its own. That is the discipline. Educate, discipline, execute. If this sharpened your management, here is where to go next. Watch first, covered calls for beginners. The foundation this video builds on. Strike selection, risk, and the first trade all live there. Go deeper in the Overlord's covered call playbook, the full course. 3 stages, 9 steps, real exercises, and use the code YT100 for $100 off. And stay current with the weekly market update every Sunday, the scoreboard, the regime map, the premium read, and 1 rule for the week graded in public. Thank you and good luck with your trading. I am the Options Overlord. Educate, discipline, execute.